You know, one thing that genuinely surprises me is the fact that the milk in my fridge lasted longer than the DCEU Justice League. Like, it's actually fucking hilarious how long the DCEU Justice League lasted. Anyway, in this video, I'm going to be talking about what happened to each cast member of the Justice League after the release of the shit show that us fans like to call Josstice League. First, I'll start off with Jason Momoa. He seems to be fine for now at least. Aquaman 2 might be his send-off, but no one knows yet, and he did say that he would like to play Lobo in the new universe, which is something I could see happening, and as of right now, he's in Fast and Furious, so he's good, I guess. Next, we have Gal Gadot. She did get into a minor controversy surrounding the Israel-Palestine violence. Basically, she made a tweet calling for unity between the two countries, and in the tweet she referred to Palestine as their neighbors, and if you didn't know, she's from Israel. She did get backlash for this tweet. Why? Because most people didn't bother using their brains for one fucking second to process the meaning and message of the tweet and just chose to shit on her. But besides this fucking bullshit, her sequel to her shit show second Wonder Woman film has been cancelled. And that's it for her. Next, we have none other than the Batman himself, Ben Affleck. So after Justice League, he was supposed to direct, star, write, and produce his own solo Batman film, but he never actually got anywhere with the script, and he stepped down as director and writer so he could focus more on playing Batman, and Matt Reeves took over both of those positions. It was supposed to be part of the DCEU, but however, Ben Affleck announced that he was gonna be stepping down as Batman due to the production of Justice League, causing him mental health problems leading to his rehab, his wife leaving him, and also his lack of enjoyment in the role up to that point. Eventually, that solo Batman film would become my favorite DC film of all time, The Batman. Despite him saying that he won't return, he did come back to shoot new footage for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and he's supposed to appear one last time in The Flash. After James Gunn became CEO of DC, there were some rumors that Ben Affleck would direct for DC, but he later said that he wasn't going to work for DC ever again, which I can understand. I love DC, but being a fan of it is one of the most frustrating things in the world. One minute you're happy about what DC is cooking, and the next minute you want to burn the studio to the fucking ground. But James Gunn is trying to fix all the problems, and I am hopeful for DC now. So back to Ben Affleck. So outside of DC, he directed this film called Air, which is about the creation of Air Jordans, and I heard it was pretty good, so I'm glad he's found success outside of DC. Next, we have Ray Fisher, who played Cyborg, and one thing that genuinely makes me laugh is the fact that my now broken Beats headphones lasted longer than this dude is just... Now let me explain what happened to the dude. It was after the release of Zack Snyder's Justice League, where Fisher called out Josstice League director Joss Whedon for his mistreatment of the cast last year, and criticized the studio for how they handled the situation. And somehow them investigating the situation led to beef with him and old DC head Walter Hamada. Due to the situation, Fisher said that he won't be working with any DC project that had Walter Hamada's involvement, which led to his character being written out of The Flash and him leaving Cyborg. But outside of that shit, he's fine, I guess. He's appearing in another Snyder film, Rebel Moon, and I haven't really been keeping much track of his filmography that much. Instead of telling you this next one, I'm gonna make you all guess who it is, because guessing is fun, and also so that some people can get those creative gears moving. Don't worry, I'll give you all a hint. If you guess Ezra Miller, then you are correct, and it shows how smart you truly are. This motherfucker is a literal nut job. They probably have the most controversy surrounding them. But this starts all the way back in April of 2022, where Miller was arrested once in Hawaii for causing a disturbance in a bar, stalking people and recording them, and the worst thing of all, breaking into an old couple's home and threatening them. Then they got arrested again for causing a disruption at a bar, and basically just being a real life Reverse Flash. Then there's more shit that came out, like the fact that they were holding a mother and her baby at a barn filled with guns and bullets, and the kind of shit you would need to go to war. There's also this video on Twitter but showed the baby swallowing a stray bullet, but I won't show it due to it being disturbing and the video probably already being taken down. Then there's this period in July last year where he basically got weekly updates on what the fucker was doing next. More messed up shit, which was reported, includes them carrying around a gun at all times because of them thinking that the FBI was stalking them, grooming minors, and apparently having a fucking Icelandic cult. Whatever, it's messed up. During July last year, it was reported that Warner Bros was considering 3 options with the Flash movie due to the shit that Ezra did. Those those options were having them apologize for their behavior and have them participate in limited press for the film, promote the film without them, or just cancel the film entirely. But it seems that they went with option 1 because Miller apologized through a representative last year and stated that they would get professional help, and they're still doing it as far as I'm concerned. They probably will be dropped as The Flash after the movie comes out, but I've heard that some studio executives are open to keeping them. I honestly don't think they will, especially considering that James Gunn's new universe will have basically an all-new Justice League. But yeah, that's it for the real life Reverse Flash. I don't want to talk about this fucker anymore. Now we go on to our Superman, Henry Cavill, an actor done dirty by Hollywood. After the release of Josstice League, Walter Hamada did reveal that they had other plans for the character of Superman. He did show up, but played by body doubles in Shazam and Peacemaker, and they never actually used Henry Cavill for the past few years, and they just didn't include Superman or Cavill in a lot of their projects at all. Basically just ignored their face, basically. The Rock's attempts to bring him back were initially unsuccessful, but eventually managed to bring him back for one last time in Black Adam. After that cameo, Warner Bros. Announced that they were going to be making Man of Steel 2 and were bringing back Henry Cavill. He signed a $10 million deal, I think, and then he left The Witcher so he could play Superman. However, 2 months later, after the release of Black Adam, it was announced that Henry Cavill was no longer playing Superman due to him not fitting the plans that James Gunn had for the future of DC. And I genuinely feel bad for him because he was brought back after a long ass time only to be thrown out. I mean, dude left The Witcher for fucking Superman. I mean, sure, I wasn't exactly the biggest fan of DCEU Superman's writing, but I did enjoy Cavill in the role and thought he was a perfect casting. Despite him being wasted, he had a lot of potential. But now that he's done with Superman, he's now involved with the potential Warhammer franchise with Amazon. Yeah, that's what happened to the short-lived DCEU Justice League. One joined Fast and Furious, another got shit for interpreted tweet, but is mostly doing fine. Another directed a film about basketball shoes, another left despite showing up for one movie, another became the real life Reverse Flash, and another was an actor done dirty by Hollywood. I hope that James Gunn finds amazing actors to play these iconic characters, and I hope they last for a very, very long time in the new DCU. And yeah, that's about it. Subscribe, and I'll see you later.